Alright, boom. So let's have a talk about Man United. Now, the recent reports that come through in the last few weeks, Lewis Hall is unhappy at Newcastle. I repeat, Lewis Hall, the left back, is unhappy at Newcastle. He's unhappy with Eddie Howe because he blames him for not being picked for the World Cup. Now, United are in for a left back. Lewis Hall, he's young, he can whip a ball in. That's what our striker needs. Lewis Hall, for me, I think he's an excellent player. He's young. He's got that Premier League experience. I think he's exactly what United should be looking for. If he's unhappy, United should be using this to their advantage. If we can secure Lewis Hall, that would be an amazing signing. Yeah, Luke Shaw last season was amazing, but he's injury prone. He's old. We've had him for too long in United. We need to move on. Also, Elliot Anderson, it seems like he will be going Man City. United should not go into a bidding war with Man City for Elliot Anderson. He is worth the money. However, we would always lose against Man City, especially if Elliot Anderson really wants to move to Man City. Then it would be embarrassing for United to try and get Elliot Anderson. However, Tonali is available. Now, reports are that United seem that Tonali is too expensive. Getting Tonali and Lewis Hall could both be too expensive. Now, I'm not sure whether it's a fee of Tonali that's expensive or his wages, but I think Tonali is an excellent player. Excellent player. You've seen him at Newcastle. We saw him this season. I think he would do amazing at Man United. He would fit in. I'm sure Carrick is looking at Tonali. However, from what I've heard, United, they don't want Tonali only because of his price. The way I'm seeing this transfer window going is that Man United are going for young players, young experienced players, but also not too pricey. On the other hand, Matheus Fernandes from West Ham is valued at 80 million. United are never going to pay that. He's not worth it. However, Man United in the driving seat. West Ham have been relegated. They need to sell. They need the funds. United just need to go to a table, put the money where the mouth is, and get Matheus Fernandes. Listen, Matheus Fernandes, he wants to come United. United need to speak to him, speak to his agents, get him to agree, get him to push for the move. West Ham won't be able to do nothing. Matheus Fernandes wants to come to United. Lewis Hall wants to come to United. It's all about Man United now. React. Get the money, put it down on the table. Approach these clubs, approach the agents, get them to secure the move. It's simple. Lewis Hall, Matheus Fernandes would be two excellent signings. However, United still need another midfielder, preferably Tonali. Like I said though, with the recent reports, they're saying Tonali is very expensive, they can't afford him. Who are they going to sign? Balaba's there. Is he someone United's looking at? I'm not sure. Reports of Sangara from RC Lens, I'm not sure who that is, never seen him played. Help me out, guys, if you know who that is. But like I said, United, if they're going to sign a left back and then another midfielder, you need another midfielder. You need at least 3 midfielders. There's been no exciting signings as of yet. Like I said, everything's rumours. We see so much from Ornstein, Fabrizio, Lackhurst. They're always coming out with reports, gossips, rumours, news. But until I see a here we go, I won't believe none of it. However, Matheus Fernandes would be an excellent addition to this Carrick squad, to this United squad, as well as Lewis Hall. Like I said, our fullbacks need to learn to cross the ball for our striker. Until then, we won't score many goals. That's all we need. Fullbacks that can cross. We need midfielders that have got legs, that can run, that can cover the whole pitch. Matheus Fernandes, Tonali, you got Baleba, It just depends. I don't know. It just depends on who United are really going to sign. However, the way it's looking so far, I'm not happy. I'm not happy with the way the window's going. I don't see a marquee signing. I don't see 100 million plus signing as of yet. I could be wrong. United fans, let me know what you think. Matheus Fernandes, Lewis Hall, are you happy with that? Are there any alternatives? What do you guys think of the price? Who would you sign? Look at left wing. Is it priority? Bradley Barcola could be leaving PSG. Rafael Leao could be leaving AC. Two amazing, young, talented players left wing. United don't have a natural left winger, but is that priority? I don't know. However, we could lose out to Bradley Barcola. You could lose out to Liao. Like I said, if United are not looking to prioritise left wing, I could see Liao going to Chelsea. I could see Bradley Barcola going to Liverpool. Honestly, it just depends on United. What positions are priority? It depends on the pricing. It seems like United don't have much money. They're looking at a cheaper alternative. They're looking at young players which they can afford on fee, on wages. It seems like it's a different strategy from United. Are we broke? Do we not have money? I don't know. But in terms of bidding wars, there's not a lot of teams you can go for a bidding war with, especially being in debt and being broke. Against the likes of City, Chelsea, maybe even Arsenal, Liverpool, I don't think United can afford a bidding war. So, the players United want, the players Carrick wants, the board wants, go out there and get them. Speak to the players' agents, get the players to convince the club that they want the move, have them secure the move. It all depends on United. They need to get these players to agree to a move, get them to push for the move, then settle on a fee, settle on wages. That's all it is. That's all you need to do. Some of these players are not going to the World Cup, some of them are. But like I said, there's agents there. You can speak to them. You can get these moves done. It all depends on United, how quick they move, how fast they move, how bad they want these players that we're linked with. Like I said, other teams, if they do come in for these type of players, you can't go to bidding wars with them.